What an incredible Cinderella story. This unknown comes out of nowhere to lead the pack. At Augusta, he's on his final hole. He's about 455 yards away. He's going to hit about a 2-iron, I think. Well, he got all of that. The crowd is standing on its feet here at Augusta. The normally reserved Augusta crowd going wild. For this young Cinderella who's come out of nowhere, he's got about 350 yards left. He's going to hit about a 5-iron, I expect, don't you think? He's got a beautiful backswing. Oh, he got all of that one. He's got to be pleased with that. The crowd is just on its feet here. He's a Cinderella boy. Tears in his eyes, I guess, as he lines up this last shot. He's got about 195 yards left, and looks like he's got about an 8-iron. This crowd has gone deadly silent. Cinderella story, out of nowhere. A former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion. It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Let's go. What's going on, chat? Welcome to Coffee and Cannabis. Cinderella story. Tears in his eyes. One day, we hope to play that after winning a tournament. Let's go. Alright, just to chop it up for the morning. We're up a little bit on Robinhood here, $51 for the day, nothing. Cannabis stocks are fucking barely holding and looks like they're not gonna hold for the day. Roar Cannabis down. M1 Finance though. These are all trades going through today. From our boy, the Cathoga, who sent us $20 yesterday. Instantly put it in the retirement account over here. He's getting us some CRISPR, some Disney, some Eastman, some Clorox, Delta, Eaton, Apple, GM, Honda, Caterpillar, Toyota, Microsoft, Lockheed Martin, 3M, Celanese, Dow, Nvidia, PPG, Chemical Company, IBM, Penske Automotive, Amazon, AK Jordan. What's good, brother? How you doing? Good morning, good morning. Hope you had a wonderful sleep. We did alright. We profited on the poker day yesterday. We won another $30 deep in the evening after we turned the stream off playing Heads Up Cash versus the Ukrainians. So that was fun. Lovid Poker, what's good? Thank you for stopping out. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody who's already hit the tweet I just put out about it. Let's go. Got some Amazon. We finally got some Maxar in the account. I'm happy for that. I really want a lot more Starbucks. I want to increase how much Starbucks I'm buying this year. I really want to push it on growth, dividend growth stocks. I feel like now's the time. I got to push it for 5-10 years. Just dumping into here. The Dow's jumping today on fucking tweets in the world. How crazy is it out here in the world? One man can send out a tweet on the old Twitter sphere out here, and the entire market. Look at this little tweet here. We got 4 likes. This guy sends out a tweet and the whole fucking market moves. Billions of dollars move. Starbucks is actually diving heavy into cannabis. Be mad out. What's going on? Going to put together cannabis lounges. Dude, I would be super in for that. Not to mention, dude, Starbucks dividend growth is amazing. And now you guys got me drinking coffee like fuck. I'm stuck. I need S-Bucks in my life. Like, I have to own it. I have a coffee and it's got to get paid for now. Look at this, though. The year, they had a good year. Look at this run up. Jesus, since the crash. They were already going down before the crash. That's interesting. It's interesting to notice they were 2 years ahead of the crash here. And look, we're starting to come off this high. Oh no, are we 2 years ahead of the crash? Just kidding. That's like totally, completely speculation off of looking at one chart for 1 second, so don't believe that at all. Look at this. 5-year growth rate, 24% a year growth on the dividend. So even though you buy a share today and you're only getting 1.89%, every year that's going to grow 24%. Right now, currently, as sales are growing, that's based off the past 5 years of growth in their dividend. That's the weighted average. But I mean, come on. That's insanity. Started at 5 cents in 2010. They're already paying 40 cents 10 years later. Dude, I need more S-Bucks in my life. I need that dividend growth. This is what I care about. This dividend growth. 12% in a year, yo. Wow. I mean, that's just insane to me. That you get to grow with the company's growth. I didn't know that. I'm fucking 33. I'm just learning about this. Like, fuck. Imagine if I was doing this since high school and shit. I'd be fucking Warren Buffett rich right now. We'd be Warren Buffett rich. S-Bucks. They'll miss their numbers. Do we take them out? They're such a luxury stock. Like, in a recession, Bale's going to be the first to get murked. Stock jumped to all-time high on Thursday after President Trump said China and the U.S. were zeroing in on a trade deal, lifting hope that an agreement will be reached before a key deadline. Dow Jones Industrial Average traded 200 points higher, 0.7%. The S&P 500 also surged 0.7%, along with the NASDAQ. Thursday market, and the first time since November 27th that the major averages hit record high. That's why the stock market is so great. It's so tedious, but if you do the work and learn, there's just an insane amount of money you can make. Seriously, like, I want in on this. I want to convert the poker winnings and the knowledge there that we learned, because I mean, I can't just, I'm too ADD to sit down and just study one thing for my life. Like, what if, like, sit down and just study poker for the rest of my life? Like, no, that's insanity. But I can divide my time and study some poker and study some stocks, and we're doing pretty good on poker right now. We've held a $1,000 bankroll so far the whole month for the month of December. I feel like we've been playing pretty good. Tough spot out there. What's good, tough spot? Take a rip for my boy. The Dow Jones later reported U.S. negotiators are offering to cancel new China tariffs and reduce existing levies on China goods by up to 50% on $360 billion worth of imports. However, the report also said the original tariffs would be reimposed if China fails to carry out its end of the deal. Well, we know that. Right? Isn't that, you put penalties out there, and then if one side doesn't fucking do their part, they get penalized, right? If you don't penalize them, then they're going to get over on you. Caterpillar shares jumped 1.7% Thursday, while Micron Technologies advanced 3%. That's good to hear, because Micron Technologies is in my tech here, and they've been getting their ass handed to them. Not anymore, though. We have a 30% return. That can't be right. That's not right. That's probably reporting wrong. How you doing today, Tough Spot? Semiconductor ETF rose, blah, blah, blah. Bank stocks also got a lift as Treasury yields rose. The Spider and S&P Bank ETF rose more than 1.5%, hit a 52-week high. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup all traded at least 2% higher. I think financials are a good place to be in the future here. Number one, interest rates are the lowest they can go. They don't go any fucking lower. I think this next year, XD less than 3 is going to be very interesting for cannabis, and I've been buying stocks this whole year, cost averaging myself down. We're up to 100, and this includes like recent. Like I just bought on December 9th, I bought some shares of Canopy Growth and ACB, and I'm looking at it as a number of shares owned game. I don't give a fuck really what my average, well, I care what my average cost in, but I don't really care about the negativity I saw this year, you know? Because when you look at the numbers, Canopy Growth and ACB are selling a fucking drug dealer's wet dream in cannabis numbers. They're selling tens of millions of dollars, like high tens, almost $100 million in product a quarter. Can you imagine that? That's insanity. So like they're not going away. And these two stocks are also, they're international now. Like with Constellation Brands investing in CGC, that's Corona, Modelo, that's Mexico. They also have deals with the UK, the Netherlands, Germany, all the other South American companies like Brazil, countries like Brazil and shit like that in Latin America. They're working on CBD, and as soon as these have built, CGC got billions with a B, billions of dollars from Constellation Brands to play with in cash. Imagine when the American market opens up and the consolidation that there will be. Now, on these two sites, I cannot get two cannabis stocks that I really, really wish I could get. American pink sheet stocks. If I could buy Cresco Labs right now, I would grab Cresco Labs. And then, what's the other one? Curaleaf. Curaleaf. Both. Cresco Labs is the mafia of Illinois, and they're about to make so much fucking money as Illinois went legalized. At MJ BizCon, they bought the biggest advertisements, the biggest ad spots at MJ BizCon last year. Like, they got money. They got money. I want Cresco. If I could get their stock, I would. And Curaleaf. They got an Ohio license that's within a couple miles of my house, which is rare. Not many people got a Ohio license. Do you follow Jason Spatafora? I know the name. The name sounds really familiar. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Oh no, Wolf of Weed Street? I do not. Now I will. Hilarious. Crouton with the retweet. That's what's up. Crouton. Wolf of Weed Street. That's what's up. I'm about to take that title from that dude. Does he have any of these? Does he got any of those? Does he know the industry? Or is he out here just making guesses? Is he out here just guessing away? No, but I'm out here just trying to claim shares. As many shares as I can of these. Also, my brother, disclaimer, my brother works for a tech company that's contracted by Aurora. And he actively visits Aurora Sky and shit like that. So, I know that these guys are producing tons of weed, and Aurora produces it with the lowest margins, lowest cost of goods right here. So in a game of falling margins where the price is coming down and down and down and down and down, I mean, I'm kind of over it. So what I've decided to do, XD less than 3, is divide it into like Robinhood. I look at it as like a poker fund. This is an entertainment money right here, basically, you know, like if it could go to poker, it can go in this Robinhood fund. You know what I mean? If it can pay for me to go to a bar, it can go in this Robinhood fund as well, you know? This M1 Finance, though, this is the, like, I'll never touch it, strategic, conservative, dividend-paying, fucking, we just want to, we earn some more dividends? What we got going? Okay, activity type. Look at that. Yesterday, while we slept, another 5 cents came in. And you might be like, Rand, 5 cents is stupid. 15 cents from Johnson & Johnson. 13 cents from Southern. Rand, you're a fucking idiot. That's slow as fuck. But bro, ladies and gentlemen, we started this account September 9th. October 9th. November 9th. December 9th. It's only 3 months old. And we've already got $7.67 in dividends. And we've only put $1,500 in here. And that wasn't in here. A month ago, we only had $1,000 in here. So as this grows, I cannot wait to watch these numbers grow. This is what I want to just watch grow. Until it pays all my bills. Until it's like there's a third member working in our household. You know? Money Mac, what's good? Money Mac signed up for Robinhood with us, got us a free share of stock. We got this plug power. I don't know what it does. I have to hold it for 3 days before I can sell it and put the money to use somewhere else. So hopefully it doesn't just go to 0 in 3 days, but that's what's up. Dude, I wouldn't stress Canadian weed stocks right now. The entire rollout's been a joke. The prices are a joke. This will be a rough ride, but if you want into the sector, you better be willing to wait at least 5 years, in my opinion, because that's about how long that will take for international growth and companies to build established brands. I agree. I'm in it for the long haul. This money isn't getting touched. Like, it's sitting here. And I'm buying more. Like, I don't expect, like, I own Canopy Growth at an average cost of $29. In the past year, it's been as high as $50. So, we've averaged ourselves in all the way throughout the year. And I'm just worried about collecting more shares. And look, I mean, and I've said this before, we kind of look like we're starting to find a bottom. This dramatic drop that just happened in November, I mean, that was really scary. And this quick drop and then quick rise the next couple days. And we almost get back to this level here. I mean, this kind of looks like the bottom of a really big cup and handle. You know what I mean? If anybody knows about charts. And then as you zoom in, you really start to see it defined here. I think once edibles hit next week in Canada, you'll see who made the right moves, and a lot of the companies will fall or get bought out. Yeah, I've always said, like, edibles are huge, too, because nobody goes to their black market dealer and buys chocolate bars or fucking gummies or fucking drinks and fizzy sodas and shit like that. But motherfuckers want to go to the dispensary and get some chocolate bars and popcorn and pizza and ice cream, dude, and all types of fucking fun shit as ancillary products with huge margins on them. Huge margins. And that's how they get you going to the dispensary. And then you stop going to your black market dealer because it's too easy to get to the dispensary. And so in Ontario, and that's one of the huge problems right now with these two, it's lack of access to customers, because Ontario, they only had 25 stores open in Ontario, which is the most populous province in Canada, and now they're expecting to let 1,000 open in the next year. 1,000 stores, going from 25 stores to 1,000 stores. Obviously, they recognize there's an access problem, keeping people in the black market. And once those 1,000 stores are there, and it's like your fucking gas station everywhere, black market's gonna get squashed. It's also so easy to short this sector right now. Yeah, absolutely. It's super easy to short it on the news, and a lot of people are. And I think it's great. Like, beat the stock price down for me. Beat it down. Beat it the fuck down, yo. Because that just means I'm buying it cheaper. Because I'm in a buying phase, not a selling phase. I want more. We have 1,000 shares at an average cost of $5. Number one, I want more to get this down while it's low. Imagine if I could buy another 1,000 shares and average somewhere in the middle here at like $3.50 or $4 a share even. You know what I mean? And fuck, if you're just putting money to work right now. See, now ACB doesn't look like it's making that bottom of a cup as much as CGC does. I mean, it's just like a fucking straight down, and then we get to this little bit of a flat line, which is scary. And this was that huge dip that they all took when they were reporting quarterly numbers. I think we're going to need to get through a couple more quarters. A couple more quarters of reporting numbers. They're going to need to come back and show growth. Expansion is happening internationally and shit. And that they've cut back on spending. We'll get to it though. We'll get to it though. If you want to be a market-beating investor, find 2 partners. What? When it comes to money managing, there's better than one. Teams do better than single managed funds. That probably makes sense. You know, you gotta have somebody to bounce the ideas off of. That's why we got chat here. You know what I mean? Chat. This is the team. This is the team channel here. Michael Malbusin, Director of Research at Blue Mountain Capital Management. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit while I'm talking. Said the Project Punch Card Conference in New York City on Wednesday. The best team size is 3. The next best is 5. Funds managed by 3-person teams tend to outperform solo run funds by 58 basis points a year. Damn, like a half a point. Beating any other team size. Although the effect is small, it's statistically significant that teams are better at managing money. In the mutual fund universe, those listing a single manager are hard to come by these days. 75% of all actively managed funds are team managed, and only 25% are run by a single manager. That makes a lot of sense. The same with studying poker. 2 to 3 people is optimal. Holy shit, Fish Buffet! With the raid, what's going on? Hope all is well out there. Hope the stream went well. Hope the poker streams went well. Monstermun, thank you for the follow. Monstermun, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What's good? We're normally a poker streamer out here. My name's Randcorp. Every morning we do a little coffee and cannabis. We chill, smoke a bee, check the markets. We go over our Robinhood portfolio. We started investing in stocks this year. In January, we mainly invested in cannabis stocks to start and got beat up for the year. We're down 4,700. Woot, you got my name right. I like you already. Let's go. But we keep adding. We've bought as recently as like 4 or 5 days ago, December 9th. Adding to our position as we look to hopefully find a bottom here in this year of cannabis stocks. It looks like we may be doing that. We've also, since then, we did a lot of learning as we invest in our stock market. You guys get to come in a little months in after the mayhem. And we started this account on September 9th. It's a lot more conservative. Dividend paying, real estate, energy and utilities, tech, healthcare, financial, basic materials, industrials, and it's just cruise mode. Green light, up and to the right graph, just beautiful, dividend paying. We're just putting money in as much as we can. BRB got a reboot. We'll be here, bad boy. So now we're just going over the news. And right here it says that investing, teams are better than single people. specifically teams of 3 and 5. In 1992, 67% of U.S. stock funds were run by a single manager, according to Morningstar data. Wow, back in the day, many funds were built around legendary investing personalities like Peter Lynch, who managed Fidelity's Magellan Fund, and John Neff, who ran the Vanguard Windsor Fund. Figuring out the appropriate size for a team is crucial. It's inevitably less productive when the team gets too big due to reduced motivation and elevated cost of coordination, he noted. Damn. Fish Buffet, give it up to my boy Rancorp. What's going on, Fish Buffet? How was your day? How was the stream going? The idea that more people tend to be better, more experience, more training, different points of view, and that it's too large, and that's to a large degree offset by whoa, I'm stoned. The idea that more people tend to be better, more experience, more training, different points of view, and that's to a large degree offset by coordination costs, getting people physically together. Smaller is better than bigger. 3 would be preferable than 7. But what if we don't have the coordination costs? This is an interesting experiment here, this channel, because we get to I ran like a turtle this morning. Hope you ran better than me. We final tabled one yesterday. We took 4th in the 550, 1500. God, we tried to go deep in the 109, 150K yesterday. Tenter Jukes, shout out Tenter Jukes for the staking in that yesterday. Made it through late reg, but couldn't make the money. Ran well. It's all right. We did good. We did good. We had a positive day yesterday, so. Huh. Furthermore, people should go beyond the typical social category, diversity. What? Be mad, Al, with the resub. Thank you so much, dude. Holy shit, with the tier 1 sub for 2 months. He's on that streak. Let's go, Be mad, Al. People should go beyond the typical social category diversity when creating a team. Social category diversity reflects differences in race, ethnicity, gender, and age. Cognitive diversity includes differences in education, training, experiences, expertise, and personality, which is key to problem solving. Damn. So you shouldn't just put a bunch of smart dudes in a room. You need different genders and ethnicities and different levels of education. You need the dude from the hood off the street, and you need the guy with the doctorate in finance. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a movie here. There's like a movie that's kind of coming out of this right now, like some financial movie, like Trading Places. Has anybody ever seen the movie Trading Places? It is a movie. This is already a movie. They're exclaiming a movie. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Thanks. XD Listen 3. You need enough people to catch your mistakes and provide new ideas, but too many people and it all becomes static and confusion. Makes very much sense. Can we hold it down here? Wow, that's fucking hilarious. I feel like I've seen this movie before. And they take down the 2 rich white dudes. God, that is fucking hilarious, dude. Apple stock dips after credits. Susie says iPhone shipments dropped 35% in China. Yeah, they're buying their own phones. They ain't buying your fucking iPhone. Don't you see there's like a surge in this like nationalism going on with these trade wars? Like people are like, buy American, and Chinese are like, buy Chinese. And we fucked up because they make all our shit, so we still have to buy Chinese. Chinese consumers are cooling on the iPhone, according to the new report. iPhone shipments in China dropped a third. That's not just cooling. That's a huge drop. Don't fucking candy coat this motherfucker. Cooling? This is a deep freeze, yo. A third. In November, compared to the same time last year, an analyst wrote Thursday, despite a slight increase in the Chinese smartphone market at the same time, Analysts said the Chinese iPhone sales declined 10% year over year in October, making this the second straight month of double-digit percentage drops. Yeah, we got a problem. Since the launch of the iPhone 11 family, and look, since last year, trade war started this year, yo. And then as soon as it started, everybody in China's like, fuck that, we ain't buying your fucking iPhone, bro. Since the launch of the 11 family, total shipments in China are down 7.4%. Yeah, they're like, fuck you, we're buying the Huawei phone. Apple stock was unchanged Thursday. The analyst cited the looming December 15th deadline that could see more tariffs imposed on Apple products. Oh, and they're probably putting a tariff on the Apple product. Analysts wrote that a 15% tariff could increase the U.S. iPhone cost by almost $70 per unit. They can't even, it's more expensive now there. And it's made there. You know what's fucking funny is the iPhone's still made there. It's American product made in China. I bet you the Chinese phone is so fucking good. They get all this free fucking data. They're sitting there making the Apple phone at fucking, what's the name of that goddamn Foxconn, who now has they became so good at making shit. Foxconn became so good at making shit, they now have American factories, which scares the fudge out of me. Foxconn. Global footprint. I should buy some Foxconn stock. But this is where they put up like suicide nets at the factories in China. Like straight up. This is fucked up. The Guardian. Whoa, Foxconn makes a U-turn? Where was that? Taiwanese tech giant Foxconn Technologies, oh, they're Taiwanese, said Friday it would build a heavily subsidized $10 billion factory in Wisconsin days after the company appeared to be backing away from those plans. After speaking with Donald Trump, Taiwanese company chairman would now move forward with our planned construction of a Gen 6 fab facility, which is the type of plant that produces liquid crystal displays. His comments contradict an interview given to Reuters where they said they would not. I don't know, very interesting. These two giants both need each other. A deal will definitely get done. Absolutely. They definitely need each other. We definitely need each other. I agree with that. GamerDad41, what's good? We think Apple would have a difficult time pushing through tariff-related price increases, of course. Aggressive local competition from Chinese manufacturers is a reason for the drop in sales. The analyst rating of Apple remains neutral, and they announced a price target of $221 per share in October. Apple's had a hard time in China recently in second quarter 2019, blah, blah, blah. Went down 14%. Cottonmouth, what's good? Thank you for the follow. Apple analysts were nonetheless optimistic about the performance of the latest iPhone line in China. I mean, yeah, the sales in China is still a lot. They have 1 billion. They have over 1 billion people. We have 300 million, right? Almost 400 million or something like that. Oh yeah, huge news today. Robinhood joins a wave of when I opened my Robinhood, there was an alert today for this. Robinhood joins a wave of fractional stock trading offers to bring investing to the masses. So now Robinhood competes better with M1 Finance a little bit. Now I can get the fractional share. One of the things that really had me interested in M1 Finance was being able to purchase fractional shares of Amazon and Google because they're so expensive. Amazon is almost $1,800 a share right now, and I can have $10 of it over here. You know what I mean? Hard caffeine Hurts the weed high. That's why I don't drink tea when smoking. Man, I'm doted right now, and I'm enjoying my coffee. I mean, I'm not trying to be like fucking totally blitz. You know what I mean? And we got plenty of weed over here. I mean, we can just burn weed all day. And drink coffee all day. But it probably does, though. Kind of like wakes you back up out of the... It's a nice little, you know... little just riding with the day. You know what I mean? So Robinhood is getting on the recent trend of companies letting traders buy fractional shares. I used to put ganja butter in my coffee. Could ride all day long doing that. That's what's up, dude. XT less than 3. That sounds fucking awesome. Holy shit. That sounds fucking great. Startup announced the launch of fractional stock trading on its app Thursday at a way lower bar. For the investors, the feature allows users like popular tech names like Amazon, which trades around $1,700 per share for as low as $1. See, Robinhood is the third company in the past few months to announce the features, following Charles Schwab and Square's lead. Charles Schwab, huh? Because I'm looking for a bigger brokerage. Once I get both these accounts, like over $10,000 combined value, I'm looking to move to a bigger brokerage that has better data. Faster data, better trading, and really once I get around $25,000, we might start like making some trades. You know what I mean? But you need a lot of money. You gotta have a lot of money on the line. So many investors that just want to dip their feet in the market put $10 in. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev told CNBC in a phone interview, "We think this will empower even more people to invest." I absolutely believe so. Square CEO Jack Dorsey, who also runs Twitter, said in October that fractional trading was a way to make building wealth accessible to more people. Yep. Charles Schwab was the first major brokerage firm to announce it would add the feature and said it was about expanding access to younger clients. So is Charles Schwab where we're going to go, huh? Mutual fund industry has been handling fractional shares for years, but it's relatively new for individual stock trading. Trend picking up with automated investing apps known as robo-advisors such as Wealthfront, Betterment, and Acorns. According to Robert Courtwright, CEO of Driven Wealth, which handles fractional trades for Square and other startups. Courtwright and fintech companies need a way to chop up and diversify someone's $50 investment, same way an ETF would on a large scale. That strategy has only recently moved to individual trades, which Cartwright said he expects to see more of in the future. That's exactly what I love about M1 Finance. Like, we throw $20 in that the Cathoga throws our way. Bethel, Ohio. Like, I don't know anybody from Bethel, Ohio. So like the Cathoga sent us $20 yesterday as just like a thank you and shit like that, and we put it right into the M1 Finance to show we're not going to blow it on poker. It's not going to go to the bar or anything like that. It's going to get saved to ensure that we get to do this more and more in the future. And this is what his $20 bought. Look, bam, it gets broken down. $2 into CRISPR, $1 into Disney, Eastman, Clorox, Delta, Eaton, Apple, General Motors, Honda, Caterpillar, Toyota. Look at that. That's so dope. Amazon's in there. 40 cents of Amazon. Google's in there. 33 cents of Google. Our beloved S-Bucks is in here. We got McD's on there. Pepsi, Facebook. We got some stuff, you know, Tesla and Netflix. Those don't pay dividends. Google doesn't pay a dividend. So we have some growth stuff in here. God, I love this number. Just went up 20 cents today. That said 744 yesterday. So we gained 20 cents in dividends today. And it doesn't hit. It hits here in M1 Finance. It like records that you've earned the dividend, but then you don't know what the dividend is until it actually hits the account. Like there's the record date where you're gonna earn the dividend, and then there's the payout date. But man, I'm excited to see this grow. Are those all the dividends we've had? Is this every single one? That's it. Dividends started rolling in on the 2nd. We've had a lot for the month. Snoss. That's what she said. What's going on, Snoss and Loss? How you doing this morning? Fuck. What's good, brother man? Holy shit, I just looked over at the stream. We have 10 viewers. You guys are fucking awesome. Moving past 0 fees. We already know that these have 0 fees for trading. Both of these have 0 fees. Robinhood is valued at $7.6 billion and has 10 million accounts on Robinhood. Jiminy Christmas. Another thing that doesn't get talked about much in regards to the cannabis movement is tolerance. Imagine the tolerance level of people when alcohol was first made legal versus what it is with many people today. My buddy was a rec smoker before legalization, but now that it's more accessible and pushed as medicine, he went from like 1 gram a day to 3 grams a day. Most people outside of hardcore stoners have some noob level tolerance. Oh, for sure. And they don't even know what good pot is. Like, they could go in the store and buy some like medium quality commercial flower, and they're like, oh, this is so crazy compared to what I saw in high school. This is the best pot in the world. Good, man. Just getting ready for some meetings and decided to check in, see if I could learn something. Yeah, you could learn how to not blow your money on cannabis stocks. Now might be a good time to go in if you have some recreational money to set aside. And if you want, you M1 finance it and go up and to the right. Look at that. Since September, just up and to the right. Gains, nothing but the gains. And get you some dividends, bro. Get you some divvies. Alright, I think we beat the Robinhood one to a fucking death. Another Buzz Fitness brand. Are they gonna say Peloton? What is this? Orange Theory Fitness? What the fuck is Orange Theory Fitness? We'll roll out the smart new device called the OT Beat Link. I'm already out. Like, I'm super out. Connects customers' Apple Watches to the fitness company in studio heart rate monitoring system. The partnership with Apple will allow customers who own Apple Watches to track workouts on screen inside the gym without requiring an additional heart rate monitor. So instead of going to the gym and strapping on a clunky heart rate device, you can just wear your Apple Watch while you work out. All of the stats you normally see on the Orange Theory displays will still appear. Workouts can be viewed in the Activity app and the iPhone afterwards. Alright. Okay. Second integration. Oh, they did integrate with Peloton. Seems like that's just a cash grab, right? Uh-oh. Right as we get into coffee, PepsiCo to debut Pepsi Cafe, a coffee cola drink. This sounds horrible. Why am I? Do I need to sell Pepsi? What is going on here? Pepsi Cafe, cola with coffee. Those cans look nice, though. I'll give it to them. That looks like a nice can. Kind of ruin it with the Pepsi logo. You know how much better this would look if that's had fucking Starbucks slapped right there? People will buy that for sure. Looks like PepsiCo could beat rival Coca-Cola to the market with a coffee cola beverage. 12-ounce cans of Pepsi Cafe will arrive in U.S. stores in April, but they'll only be available for a limited time because this is just a test. Coke's version is available in international markets, but the Atlanta-based company has not announced the U.S. launch despite months of speculation. We want to be the first to market and launch this really in the right way, said Pepsi's Vice President Todd Kaplan. PepsiCo will come in 2 flavors, original and vanilla. Coffee-infused cola beverages has nearly twice as much caffeine as regular Pepsi. Like, here you go, get jacked up. Can we get a fucking Pepsi sponsorship, Todd? Todd Kaplan, what is good? You see me out here with the coffee? Get me on that Pepsi coffee, Todd Kaplan. Someone clip it, ship it to him. The reintroduction of coffee cola drinks comes as U.S. soda consumption continues to decline annually. But Pepsi and Coke are betting that consumers would still like the afternoon pick-me-up that combines the taste and carbonation of soda with coffee flavors. Wait, what? So it's going to be like a Pepsi with Coke in it? Does anybody do that? That sounds not good, right? Does anybody want that? Try to get that sponsor. We got a long way to grow, bad boy. We got a long growth horizon on that. That's a long runway to get to that one. You know what I mean? To take off on that sponsorship, we got years and years of runway. You know what I mean? But we're on it. We're on the fucking runway. We got clearance from the tower. You know what I mean? We're out here. We're live. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta keep on chugging down the runway. Let's get Monster. I'm in for fucking anyone. Where they at? What's good? I don't know, like drinking Monster all day on stream. Can we get Red Bull? I like Red Bull over Monster, to be honest. To be honest. That's just pure honesty. I would never lie to you guys. Nah, you just have the can. I have a Red Bull vape tip? What? Nah, you just have the can sitting there, and then one day they come along and drop you at that like fucking refrigerator. I want the fucking Red Bull fridge right here, you know, like some Tim the Tatman shit or some fucking, you know what I mean? How do we get that rocking? A guy can dream, can he? Let your boy dream over here, okay? Just let me dream just a little bit. I used to be so addicted to Red Bull. I used to have a Red Bull every time I went to the gym. And man, it's intense. I love me some Delta. We own Delta. Traveling cars. We got Delta in here. It's our only airline stock right now. I'd love to get some American Airlines. So one thing I know is Warren Buffett, his purchases of 2019 include Delta Airlines. Just saying. The guy's a billionaire for a reason. He's been making good moves for a long time. And he's also been buying a lot of the banks up. JP Morgan, Bank of America. He bought a lot of that this year. I think the banks are the safer bet. I think interest rates have nowhere to go but up, and they make the money off the margins as they go up. 4 to 8 a day? Jesus. Doesn't Warren Buffett short everything he buys? No, he buys at value. He likes to pick value stocks that have been beaten down and then purchase them. He also has like a record amount of cash sitting right now. He has like a record amount of cash sitting on the sideline right now because he can't find any deals to purchase. Because the market's so high. Why this Berkshire Hathaway shareholder isn't frustrated? Warren Buffett won't spend nearly $130 billion in cash on the sideline. He's just waiting for the right deal to come by. He just passed on a deal with... He just passed on a deal. He let somebody beat him out on some deal. I forget what the fuck it is. We aren't frustrated because we know this dude's out here picking good things. Even still, the news is scared of Berkshire Hathaway investors, blah, blah, blah. Berkshire A and B class shares fell about 2% from April 17th to April 23rd, lagging the S&P 500 by a full percentage point. Both classes of stocks rallied 12% into the end of the year. He loves Coca-Cola. Although Buffett hasn't made a splashy acquisition since Precision Cast Parts in 2015, he's spent of the Berkshire cash hoard. He's amassed a sizable investment in Apple and added to Amazon stocks. $700 million buying back its own stock in the third quarter. And earlier this year, Buffett plunked down $10 billion to invest in Occidental to help it take over Anadarko. What is Occidental? What the fuck is this? Oh, that's an ad. I don't want your ad. I don't want your ad. Who are you? What do you do? Oh, petroleum. An oil company. Oh, yeah, Anadarko is an oil company. Okay. Good for you. Good for you, Warren. What's the deal he just lost? Huh. Oh no. Warren Buffett said don't invest in cannabis? No, so conflicted in my life right now. Ah! There's how. There he is. How did we do yesterday? Oh, there he is. How did we do yesterday? Poker Chef Jeff, we took 4th in the 550 1500. I think we cashed one other tournament. We profited for the day, which was good. The 4th was brutal. I think we went out with aces versus some guy had 6s and hit a set. So, we did good. We did good. No poker today. We're going to go out with the girl tonight. It's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Going out and partying. I might play some video games tonight, actually. I think she has plans for dinner. So maybe we'll play a little early afternoon poker. That would end by the time she gets back. I don't know. Are you using Brave browser? I use Google Chrome browser. Fair enough, so I'll see you back here on Sunday. Sunday for the poker stream for no, Saturday. Whoa, chat. Saturday, December 14th, this Saturday, 1 p.m., we are hosting the open mic home game. Open mic home game on ACR. I need you guys to come out in the fucking masses. I'm going to put a fucking bounty on myself. I don't know how much I should put on myself. I need to ask other stormers what the normal bounty is and things like that. Stacks McNasty, let's go. Oh, we'll be here. We're still going to do cannabis and coffee in the morning. We're still going to play some games. I just can't dedicate myself to be playing poker till 1, 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? I need to have some dinner, spread the social life a little bit, see some friends. I'm also thinking, ooh, let's send the text right now. Maybe that's what we'll do this evening. I need to go to the brewery. And get some video footage of the brewery I invested in. I'm texting him right now. Are you available tonight for a brewery tour? I want to get video footage. We might go live from the brewery, and I might just collect all the footage on Twitch and then download that video and chop it up for the YouTubes. You know what I mean? But I really want to get some footage. I keep saying this, like, oh, I'm going to get some footage of the brewery I'm going to get some video of the footage. And it's getting, like, built out. Like, shit's getting done now. Like, I need to get out there. All the framing's done and shit like that for all the different rooms. I use Brave. Chrome without Google. Huh. That's what's up. Oh, word. I'll try and be there for that game Saturday. Let's go, Poker Jeff. I have a day 2 of the Millie on Sunday. Send the vibes. Let's go, Poker Chef Jeff. Oh, man. Day 2 of the Millie. That's the dream, dude. Take it down. Let's go. Sacks are nasty. Yep. Let's take a rip and then see why Warren Buffett told me to put the pipe down. Warren Buffett's one of the greatest investors, chairman of Berkshire. We all know that. Invests in companies across varying sectors, manufacturing, retail, service, insurance. However, Buffett has avoided venturing in the cannabis space. Let's take a look. He invests in businesses he only has a deep understanding of. He's more interested in companies that have long-term growth prospects, and he isn't bothered by short-term volatility. For his companies that have been around for at least 10 years, generated profits in all economic environments. He looks at the quality of a company's management, examines its transparency and honesty with shareholders before making an investment decision. Okay. Let's take a rip and see why Warren Buffett's telling me to put the pipe down. I mean, it's true though. Canopy growth, weed, ACB are still reporting negative EBITDA. The U.S. federal government still prohibits marijuana as a classified and Schedule I drug, meaning cannabis companies can't transport their product across state lines. Banks also can't conduct business with the companies. The federal government prohibiting marijuana institutional investors also can't invest in cannabis businesses. So he just literally legally can't. Given all these issues, it's pretty clear that cannabis doesn't fit into Buffett's investment strategy. Okay, but would he or can he not? There's a difference here. This is like, he says don't. No. It says, was Warren Buffett right not to invest in? Okay. In 2019, when asked about the speculation that Coca-Cola would enter the cannabis space, Buffett told Fox Business Network that doing so could hurt the company's image. Reported by Market Insider in May 2019, he said it would be a mistake for Coca-Cola to get into the marijuana cannabis business. They have a wholesome image, and that would be a detriment to it. It's clear Buffett isn't big on the cannabis sector, but has he been right to ignore it? Maybe for Coca-Cola. Has anybody actually directly asked this dude what he thinks of the cannabis sector, or are we just fucking gonna guess and write a title to an article here? Like, he just said he doesn't think Coca-Cola should get into it, and I understand that. But, like, would he say the same about an alcohol company or, like, something that isn't as wholesome? Like, when I think of Coca-Cola immediately right away when he says that, I think of, like, the Christmas Coca-Cola commercials and fucking kids and toy trains and polar bears and shit like that. And I think of the Super Bowl and shit. Like, he's kind of right. It's a family. It's been marketed as this, like, family enjoyment time company. You don't want to fucking shoot it down and give it all over to Pepsi because you said you got in the marijuana fucking sector. Marijuana sector's unperformed, thriving black market sales, vaping-related illness, higher than expected operator losses appear to have dragged the sector down. However, we feel the introduction of Cannabis 2.0 products and the potential for cannabis legalization at the federal level in the U.S. could drive the sector. So really, he hasn't said shit about whether or not the cannabis sector's bad. He just hasn't gotten in yet. I think of acid and sugar. Lots of sugar. Oh, man. Home game on Saturday, lol. It's going to be awesome. You'll get many bits. Oh, my God. I can't wait. Not for the bits. I just can't wait to have fun and put a fucking bounty on my head and fucking just see what happens. You know what I mean? Thursday's forecast continued revenue growth next year thanks to strong consumer spending, particular passengers who buy seats at the front of the plane. People want that Delta first class. Yo, it's so nice. Oh my God, when I can get upgraded to first class on Delta, you get a drink while everybody else is getting seated. They let you on first. They fucking serve you a drink, and then they let everybody else fucking get on the plane while you're just having your drink. I got a full meal, hot meal, chicken and rice and shit and veggies. Oh my Jesus. Lay back, get the TV rocking. I love playing poker. American Airlines, Delta Airlines, they have poker on the plane now where you can play versus other people on the plane. I love wrecking passengers on the airline and free rolls. It's so much fun. I think my girlfriend, my fiance, took a photo of me so happy wrecking people playing poker on the airline. Like, just fucking wrecking people. Most profitable U.S. airline will tell investors on Thursday about its plans to continue to bolster sales in high-priced products such as business class seats. The airline executives have touted its ability to get travelers to pay more for seats. Delta is so nice. Delta's premium class revenue, they still take care of you as a passenger. They don't have you. I'm a wide-shouldered individual. I have I don't fit in a chair. Look, I crush this chair. I stick out. How do I do it? Do I turn around? Do I turn completely around? You see my fucking shoulders out past this, where the fucking armrests on this mug, that's me coming in to get to the armrest. I need armrests out and shit. So here's a comment and question. The VA medical system, which I'm a part of, will not issue medical marijuana cards. I have an anxiety disorder, which I have to use benzos for, but I've used 2-to-1 ratio gummies for. I would much rather use the gummies than Xanax or Valium. Thoughts? Cannabis all day. If cannabis works over pharmaceutical benzos like Xanax and Valium, all day. I have a buddy, one of my best friends, who just moved back from Colorado to take a job in the cannabis market here in Ohio. Did the same thing. He was on hella Xanax and Valium every day to just cope with life. And cannabis saved his life. He weaned himself off that stuff slowly. You can't just cold turkey that shit either. You have to slowly wean yourself off of it. But I mean, I think it's a clear choice to go with something natural. If you can fucking use a little bit of cannabis throughout your day, smoke some flower or something like that, I think it's the better choice in your life than the side effects. Listen, nobody's ever died off of cannabis gummies. Not one person has died off of cannabis gummies. Hella people die every year off Xanax and Valium. Hella people. Like a lot. Why is the Fed bullish on it? Your opinion. What do you mean? Bullish on what? Like, why does the VA medical system love Xanax and Valium? Because money. Because money. Let all this at the state level. I think the Fed's coming along. I mean, the next couple years, I very well think cannabis could be and I've said this for the past fucking presidential elections, but a huge topic of the presidential election. Last year, it was kind of buzzed that Trump might use it. So I don't know. Well, I stole the words right out of my mouth, Rancorp. Yeah, the VA cannot prescribe cannabis. Yeah, right now, but eventually. Because all the money they make off it. Yeah, exactly. One day. And I think that's showing more and more as these cannabis companies. Here's the deal. Here's the real deal. These cannabis companies are starting to make some money, a little bit of money, and get invested in. And then all these investors now have to pay lobbyists in D.C., okay? Because the pharmaceutical companies and the alcohol companies and the tobacco companies and the cotton industry and the fucking police industry, because that's a fucking industry. Police and security is a fucking industry. All of those people are lobbying with fucking billions of dollars in DC to keep cannabis illegal, okay? And we have to fight back as a community. That's why you should be a member of the NCIA, the National Cannabis something association. National Cannabis. God dang. Why do I suck so much? National Cannabis Industry Association. Duh, I knew that. Like, ouch. God, stoner. Fucking stoner. They do all the lobbying. And if you go to a fucking dispensary and they're not NCIA members, like, I know it costs money. Yes, it costs money, and the lighting company is a member and shit like that. But, dude, you need to be a part of this, because these are the people that are going to D.C. and actually lobbying and getting those deals done. Getting the deals done to get fucking cannabis legal. And if your dispensary or your favorite grower or whatever, your favorite legal company is not an NCIA member, then fucking give them shit. Give them hella shit. Hella shit. Ocean's out here. What's good, Ocean? I appreciate it. Oh, and N1 Finance is down. Delta's premium class revenue is growing at twice the rate of its revenue overall. Jeez. Carrier's credit card business partnership with American Express. We got it. U.S. consumer spend is strong. The business spend is strong. Delta doesn't have the Boeing 737 MAX in its fleet. Wow, so they didn't get crushed from that grounding of planes. Now it's in the 10th month. Delta's competitors, American, United, and Southwest, have the MAX in their fleet and have canceled thousands of flights because of the grounding. Oh, Delta, way to dodge a bullet. Duck, dodge, dive, dip. Damn, they were like, Boeing, I think we're going to pass on this. Looks like you guys cut a little corner. Is that a screw loose over there? You guys got a fucking screw loose? This engine looks a little crooked. I think we're going to pass. Southwest, you need a couple of these with your cheap-ass airline? Yeah, a couple of these crashed. Southwest, perfect. Cheap-ass airline, might as well be a Metro bus with wings. Ship it. Ship it to Southwest. That's fucking hilarious. That's great. Delta, way to go. Metro bus with wings. I mean, that's basically what those fucking things are, dude. I hate cheap airlines. They lure you in with fucking cheap-ass tickets, like the cheap price, but if you don't want to pick your seats, you're going to get crammed in the middle between two gigantic people, most likely. You're not going to get overhead bin space. and you don't get to you don't get to check a bag. So by the time you want to check a bag, pick your seat, actually get on the plane on time, have a fucking carry-on. Oh, did you want some oxygen to breathe while you were at 30,000 feet? That costs extra too, you know what I'm saying? And dude, the last time I flew with fucking Allegiant, they put the check bag weight down to 40 pounds. Normally it's 50 pounds is what I've always been told in the past. It was 40 fucking pounds for a check bag. I have big check luggage. What my fiance brings types of makeup and shit. That shit is heavy as fuck. 40 pounds? The bag itself is 20 pounds. What do you want me to put in it? Fucking air bubbles? Like, what's supposed to be in this bag then? What's the fucking point? And if you're going to keep it to bags at 40 pounds, and you're going to make me put my bag in a fucking little thing to check its size and weight, motherfucker, we need to start doing that with passengers. We need to start doing that with passengers, because I got fucking crammed next to somebody where I was smashed up against the fucking wall, and Delta had to give me they gave me the cost of the flight back because they recognized it was a full flight. I couldn't even move. I got up and stood with the flight attendants at the back of the plane because I was fucking like just crushed in there. And I'm like, dude, if I'm a big dude, you know what I mean, but I fit in my seat. If you don't fit in your design space, you need to purchase 2 seats. Okay? That's only fair to the other person that's next to you. Keep my feet on the ground. I only fly if it's an emergency. I'd never put my life in some mechanic's hands who has miserable fat wife and an alcohol problem. I don't know about that, Sax McNasty. If you are an airplane mechanic, you're making over 6 figures a year, brother. You know what I mean? That's not a joke. You need to purchase 2 seats. Like, I've been crammed to the point on a business flight where I've like thought the person needed 2 seats. Like, they were all, their fat was on me, like over me. Like, I was like sweating and shit, like crammed into the wall and shit. Like, I was just like, this is ridiculous and unfair because like I paid for my space. You know what I mean? Like, I paid to have a comfortable space, and I don't have that comfortable space. You know what I mean? It's safe as fuck. I used to fly. My dad used to own airplanes. I'm like, I got halfway to my private pilot's license. I never finished it. I actually love flying. Like, I love flying and going on work trips and travel. I love it. It's exciting to me. I can fall asleep on an airplane, no problem. Get us up in the air, and peek out the window, cop me a drink. I'm out. Let's go. Get your license and we'll fly to run it up Reno. I wouldn't be able to finish it that long. I did it like back when I was in like high school and early college years, so like I wouldn't remember anything. I'd have to redo the entire fucking program if I wanted to get my pilot's license. It's just too easy to just buy a ticket now on Delta. Americans say the strong economy is only helping the rich. This is interesting. Look, and then it just shows this lady chilling at a resort. Infinity pool overlooking the ocean. Now, we all know I was just in Cancun. That was not the waiter walking around. Come on now. Majority of Americans say the economy is only benefiting the wealthy, despite record low unemployment and rising wages. A poll by Pew Research Center found that 69% of Americans say the economy is helping the wealthy while hurting the poor, those without college degrees, and the middle class. Responses also differed widely by income group. Nearly 3/4 of upper-income households say the current economic conditions are excellent good, while the majority of lower-income earners say the economy is only fair and poor. Well, no shit. If you're fucking rich, you're like, hell yeah, we're doing this, let's go. And when you're poor, you're like, yeah, this economy sucks. Need to be this wild to ride. Get your license. I call BS. To the extent that the current economic conditions are helping particular groups, the public sees the benefits flowing mainly to the most well-off, according to the Pew. Responses suggest that even with a record-long economic expansion, a 50-year low unemployment rate of 3.5%, wage growth and more than 3% a year, many Americans don't feel like they're benefiting as much at the top. One reason may be the stock market gains. The wealthiest 10% of Americans own more than 85% of individually held stocks. See, the wealthiest 10% of Americans own more than 85% of individually held stocks. With the S&P 500 up over 20% this year, many Americans feel their wages and home values haven't kept pace with the investments of wealth. Only 14% of middle-class households say the stock market affects their household finances. Wow. This is why we're in this. This is why we're in M1 Finance. This exact article is we want to join them. I'm not trying to fight them. I'm not trying to say this is unfair, that the rich are getting richer and I'm not getting richer. I'm trying to join and follow along. This is a public market. I think like the public has hatred towards something that they can join. You can join in this. Look at this. You can get your piece. It's fear and hatred of what they don't know. More than half lower income households say they worry almost daily about paying their healthcare bills, and healthcare costs rank much higher than availability of jobs when it comes to people's households. That's true. Healthcare needs to get fucking taken care of. It's too expensive in America. Another driver is partisan politics. Increasingly, Americans' views of the economy are shaped by political parties. Yep. And our political parties are just fucking fighting right now. Nobody's getting shit done. Like, is anything getting done during this presidential election? Are we just taking 2 years off to get to an election? This year and an impeachment and all this bullshit, is anything actually fucking getting done, though? Have we done a budget? Have we figured out our spending? Or are we just out here just bickering? You guys are just bickering up there, fucking shit up. Just fucking shit up. Fucking shit up. Wow, this is why I don't own any UPS or FedEx. Logistics is starting to be an anybody's game with travel across the globe getting shorter and shorter with airplanes. It's logistics, the U.S. Postal Service, UPS, FedEx. That stuff's becoming an easy to tackle art here. Amazon's already delivering about half its own packages in the U.S. according to Morgan Stanley estimates on Thursday, and will soon pass both United Parcel Services and FedEx in total volume. Holy shit. Our AlphaWise analyst shows that Amazon Logistics already delivers 50% of Amazon U.S. volumes focused on urban areas. Wow. Dude, that's crazy. Amazon Logistics is the e-commerce giant's in-house logistics operation. Morgan Stanley said Amazon Logistics more than doubled its share of U.S. package volumes from 20% a year ago. It's now shipping at a rate of 2.5 billion per year. For comparison, Morgan Stanley estimates UPS and FedEx have U.S. shipping volumes of 4.7 billion and 3 billion packages per year, respectively. So Amazon shipping, just its logistics department, is almost as big. It's almost as big as FedEx and about half of UPS. We see more of this going forward as our new bottom-up U.S. package model assumes Amazon Logistics U.S. packages grow at 68% compound annual growth rate from 2018 to 2020, Morgan Stanley said. That would put Amazon Logistics at 6.5 billion packages per year by 2020, according to the firm, far exceeding its estimates for UPS at billions of packages per year and FedEx at 3.4 billion packages per year. Money Mac, what's good? I do not own... Where would they even be? I do not own any FedEx or UPS. Standalone logistics doesn't seem like it's going to be there for too much longer. The free stock Robinhood gave me is up 12%. Let's go, Money Mac. Let's go. I would fucking stay away from FedEx and UPS for sure. U.S. adds 2.6 gigawatts of solar photovoltaics in third quarter. Are those Is that a fancy way to say solar panel, bro? Who wrote this? Anmar Frangul? Why you gotta hit me with the big words, bro? 2.6 gigawatts of solar photo... I can't even say solar. 2.6 gigawatts of solar photovoltaics in third quarter. New figure shows. There we go. Let's take a rip and then we'll fuck up the actual reading of the article. How's that sound? You know what I'm saying? If anybody wants to join myself and Money Mac on Robinhood, Robinhood just released Money Mac that they do fractional shares now, so you can get fractional shares of Amazon and shit like that. M1. If you sign up for Robinhood, we each, if anybody signs up, both you and myself receive a free share of stock. M1 Finance, we get $10 in each of our accounts. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother retire. Get yourself some free stock. Help yourself retire. Solar market in the U.S. added 2.6 gigawatts of solar photovoltaics in the third quarter of 2019. Damn, that was just in the quarter. With total solar capacity, which includes both photovoltaic and concentrating solar power, hitting 71.3 gigawatts. How many gigawatts did we need to go back in time, though? That's the question from Back to the Future. According to a new report, the figures released Thursday morning come from the most recent U.S. Solar Market Insight report from Wood Mackenzie Power and Renewables. See, now if we had the production for this channel, like if we were like fucking Dr. Disrespect or Tim the Tapman Big or something like that, I would fucking come out in like Einstein costume and read this thing. Or fucking Back to the Future. We'd have Back to the Future clips playing and shit. You know what I mean? We would have taken a moment this morning to figure this out with the production crew. We'd have been like, Jimmy, you're on the Back to the Future clips for the gigawatt clip. And then they'd show the car going back in the future when it hit the fucking electric or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some of you probably have no fucking idea what I'm saying. 2.1 Marker, what's good? How you doing this morning? Lurk mode engaged. I appreciate it. Holy shit. We have 20 viewers right now for the stock stream. Yeah. For Cannabis and Coffee morning stream. I appreciate that. You guys are fucking awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. 2.6 gigawatts of capacity adding during the third quarter represents a 45% increase compared to the third quarter of 2018, a 25% increase to the second quarter. Breaking the figure down, saw U.S. residential market install 712 megawatts. California led the way. They get tons of sun. AK907 AK, what's good? For 2019 as a whole, Wood Mackenzie is forecasting year-over-year growth of 23% and expecting 13 gigawatts of installation. Doesn't somebody in here do solar sales? Tough Spot? Who does solar sales? What's good? Let me get a job in this growing industry. To put things in perspective, China added 44 gigawatts of solar photovoltaics in 2018, according to the International Energy Agency. And in 2017, 53 gigawatts. Dang. I installed them. Not good at sales though. Damn, XD, less than 3. You install them. That's what's up. Business is good, eh? Business is good. Thursday's figures are encouraging. There's still work to be done for solar in the U.S. Figures show that utility scale electricity generation sites in the U.S. production around 4,171 billion kilowatt hours. Fossil fuels were responsible for 63% of this generation. Okay, so that's how much we generate in energy in total, and 63% of that was from fossil fuels. Renewables was 16, dude. We're almost up to a fifth, yo. Let's get to that 20%, yo. Numbers down further. Solar share of the total was only 1.5%. Wow, we need to get to that 2% number. Let's go. U.S. figures come after solar power. Europe published its first EU market outlook for solar power. 16.7 gigawatts of installations took place in the EU. Significant increase to the 8.2 a year earlier. Yeah, they doubled. Increasing capacity by 4.7 gigawatts. There are several reasons to explain the growth of solar in Europe. Number one, they have very limited real estate left. Primarily, this increased demand can be attributed to solar's cost competitiveness. It's often the cheapest power generation source, as well as the approaching the deadline for member states to meet their binding national 2020 renewable energy targets. EU countries have also begun to prepare for their road to compliance with the Commission's Clean Energy Package, which sets a 32% renewable target by 2030. Many national governments were increasingly looking to low-cost solar to meeting their targets. I need to put solar panels on the roof? What's good? Put some solar panels up on the roof. Health claims fraud? What? 10 former NFL players, including the former Washington Redskins star running back Clinton Portis, have been charged in a brazen $3.9 million scheme to submit false claims to health programs run by the league. What? The players have accused in indictments filed in federal court, the Eastern District of Kentucky, claiming reimbursements for expensive medical equipment that was never actually purchased. What? Hyperbolic, baric oxygen chambers, cryotherapy devices, ultrasound equipment used to perform imaging on pregnant women, and even electromagnetic therapy devices used to treat horses. What? The claims were typically from $40,000 to $50,000 a piece. Oh my God! You were. How much money did you make in football? What? Why? Why? Includes invoices, prescriptions, and letters of medical necessity. Damn. Somebody's going to jail. Somebody's losing their medical license to practice. This means like doctors are going down. What is going on here? By defrauding the plan and treating it like their own personal ATM machine, sadly, the defendants placed the plan's tax-exempt status at a risk and threatened the ability of law-abiding former players to continue to receive tax-free reimbursements for legitimate medical expenses for themselves or their families. Damn, some of the players acted as ringleaders in the scheme and recruited other former football players who paid them in kickbacks and bribes out of some of the fraudulent obtained reimbursements. The kickbacks reach more than $10,000 per claim. Damn. Since 2006 has provided tax-free reimbursement for out-of-pocket medical costs of former players, their wives, and dependents, up to $350,000 per player. Wow. More than 3.9 million in false and fraudulent claims were filed. Wow. Fraud was stopped when health insurer Cigna became suspicious of some of the high-end priced claims, including ones for equipment that's used to treat horses, and stopped paying the claims and notified authorities, prosecutors said. Damn. What? This investigation serves as an illustration of the rampant and deliberate scams against the healthcare plans occurring daily throughout the country. Wow. Wow. 6 have agreed to surrender. 10, including conspiracy, healthcare fraud, and wire fraud. 2 defendants, Joseph Horn and Donald Caldwell, are expected to be charged with so-called criminal information alleging conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud. Damn. Wow. That's crazy as fuck. What Southwest reaches a deal with Boeing? Compensate the airline for some of the financial damages from the grounding of the 737 MAX. How do you reach a deal when the planes haven't been cleared to fly yet? How long is it going to take? Are they just like, you need to pay us off and we're buying Airbus planes? Like, and fuck your shit. Figure it out when you figure it out. Is that what's going on here? How does this work? How does this work? Southwest did not disclose the terms of the agreement, but the Dallas-based, airline reiterated that it would share $125 million with its employees. Whoa. Its profit-sharing award is based on the projected financial damages for annual 2019 due to the MAX grounding. Just as if you had earned profit sharing on those projected profits this year. Oh, whoa. So they give profit sharing to their employees and they're still paying them out as if the MAX didn't get grounded and they were supposed to get those profits. The low-cost airline said talks to the manufacturer are ongoing and that expects Boeing to cut prices on Southwest's current and future aircraft orders because of the grounding. Southwest shares were up 1.6 in early afternoon trading. Now that can be interesting. Boeing declined to comment. 737 MAX has been grounded since mid-March after the second of 2 fatal crashes in the span of 5 months. Largest U.S. operator was going to be Southwest and had 34 in its fleet at the time of grounding. Damn, so they took a real big hit. Boeing took nearly $5 billion after tax charge in the second quarter to compensate carriers for the flight ban, but the total cost isn't yet clear because the grounding is ongoing. Oh my god. It's going to go into next year for sure. The prolonged grounding is now in its 10th month. Has cost the airline, including Southwest, hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Southwest has cut routes, scaled back its growth plans with the planes grounded. U.S. carriers that operate the MAX, Southwest, American, and United have taken 737 MAX out of their schedules until early March, almost a full year since regulators grounded the plane. Damn. That's intense. Boeing is fucked. Chewy? I mean, dude, we use Chewy to order our pet food. Should I be on the Chewy train? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Does anybody use Chewy for their pet food and their pets? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe so. Possibly. Shares of Chewy, the online pet retailer, gained more than 5% as the company brushed off lockup expiration worries. Shares rose more than 8% to intraday highs of $27.69 before easing slightly. Trading volume on the stock surpassed 7.7 million before the end of the session, more than tripled its 30-day average. The lockup refers to a period of time when employees of a newly public company are restricted from selling their stock. The ending of that period can cause a headache for businesses if a large number of employees unload their assets, causing a sell-off in the stock. It's been the case for other companies. There's a lot of angst about this lockup expiration, and to date, obviously, we've not seen any more announcements of major share sales. In November, Uber shares plunged to an all-time low, leading to its lockup expiration. The plant-based food company Beyond Meat watched its stock plummet. Chewy reported mixed third-quarter results on Monday, causing shares to slide. People began to digest results a little bit more clearly and say, listen, there's actually a more clear path to profitability for this company, unlike a lot of the other internet-based direct-to-consumer brands. Still, like many newly public companies this year, Chewy stock has struggled. The stock is more than 30% below its all-time high of $41. This is interesting. CHWY. Chewy? Do we start watching Chewy? We're finding a bottom here. Look at that. That's interesting. No dividend though. Of course, no dividend. But we do use Chewy for our dog food, so I mean, hey, that one's gone. Whoa, cannabis stocks get a pop. Let's go. What's going on in the cannabis world right now? Let's go. All right, give me a second here. I'm gonna get a glass of water. I'll be right back. AK Jordan, what's good? H2O, not coffee with something extra. I had to get water this time. Needed something more, a little more refreshing. Damn, we're cruising here. Drinking coffee and safety meetings. AK907, AK, what's good? Everybody's up today. Except for this dang plug we got. What are we looking at? So, this is my total portfolio right here on Robinhood. $7,378 as of this second. This Robinhood portfolio here. Coffee and bong hits. This Robinhood portfolio is mainly hinged on the cannabis stocks I've been buying. So, as cannabis goes up and down, this portfolio really moves. That's where I just started in January. This M1 Finance is our more conservative retirement account. At least that we're on right now. Taking a huge hit this year. Look at my account. I'm negative $4,600. 4.5K. So I should have in here like almost $12,000. At one point, with all the money I put in, this account was worth 12 GBOs. 12.2. We need to make that money back. But after learning all this year about like, oh, I shouldn't just invest only in cannabis stocks. I should start getting these dividend-paying other stocks. That's when I started buying Duke Energy and Starbucks and Coca-Cola and Cisco and BP. And I didn't. This is a free share I got. Plug. I'm selling it as soon as we get rid of it. And then we learned about fractional share buying, and we were like, damn, N1. And now look at this. This graphed down and to the right. You don't want that down, moving down and to the right. We want moving up and to the right. Up and to the right. I think I read yesterday that Canada grew enough to supply the world for 100 years. So there's a major surplus. Well, yes, there will be a surplus. But a lot of that's crap. So there will still be unique, boutique, high-end cannabis purchases. Just like fine cigars or fine liquors or fine beer, craft beer. You know what I mean? Anybody can fucking turn a cornfield into a field of fucking hemp or cannabis, but is that the cannabis the majority of the market wants to take home at the end of the day? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's going to be who can produce the best gram of weed for the cheapest. And right now, that's ACB. They're cranking it. Let's go, ACB. Climb it up. It's got to double. Canopy Growth all day. I don't own any Chronos. Canopy Growth has the big partnerships that I'm interested in with Constellation Brands. Constellation Brands is huge. That's Corona, Negra Modelo. They also own wine and spirits. They're already, like, think of how good they are at dealing with, you know, regulations on alcohol in different countries. And then they just gave $4 billion to Canopy Growth. I mean, Canopy Growth has just enough money to do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? And then Aurora is actually focusing on producing the best quality for the cheapest. So those are my two choices. And I think go with the biggest people in the industry. Number one, because I'm a little guy and I recognize I've been in this industry, I'm going to get squashed by these big guys. So I might as well get on the team of the biggest dudes. You know what I mean? And these are the two biggest players out there. Now I do own a share of GW Pharma, which is UK based, and their share price is a lot more. And I like GW Pharma. I only have one share. I'd love to get more than one share of this company, especially to cost average myself down because I got in at 150. But they actually have a seizure medication that's actually approved by the FDA and already being sold in America. It's a cannabis and CBD approved drug, Epidiolex. It's Epidiolex is the name of the drug. So that's very interesting to me. Do you like this entry point, or do you think it will go lower? I don't know. Every time this whole year I've said like, oh, I think we found a bottom, and then we fucking go lower. I will say this. I kind of recognize that when this happened, when this dip here happened between November 8th and where was the absolute bottom down here? November 18th, like that week, and specifically this 13th to the 18th, that week right there, that was just like such a violent drop, and I think it really marks the bottom, and like it was the squeeze out of all the like just hella shorting and everything. And then you see this rise here where the shorts they start to release. Like all these people are like, all right, we drove this stock all the way down to $14 fucking from a high of $50. You know what I mean? Like they drove this bitch down. It's like it's either a company and it has sales, or it's fucking closing up business, right? They're going bankrupt, right? At this point, like how did somebody evaluate this company and pay $52 a share in April, and then the market drastically just beats it down? Like we're like, all right, this is a peak. I mean, look at it here. This is where it released, and we get up to that $50 mark a couple times. This was this year right here, and I feel like, is this the bottom? Does it just level out here for a few years? Do we ever get back up to 50? I don't know. What I do know is I'm already in the stock, and my average cost is higher than where we're at, and I believe the cannabis industry is not going away. I believe these people have millions of dollars in sales. Millions of dollars in sales. CGC sales. Oh my God. I want to find something that's legit to read. Aurora, Canopy Growth are respectively number 1 and 2. That's why I own them. Blah, blah. Leaders in quality. Blah, blah. Canopy Growth and Aurora manage 58 million and 57 million in respective net sales in their most recent quarters. That's in one quarter. Canopy Growth did $58 million. They sold $58 million of cannabis in one quarter. In one quarter. What company produces all the equipment to farm pot? A lot of different companies, but what is it called? What's the conglomerate that just got made up? I mean, you're basically buying it's Monsanto and Roundup and fucking, what is the fucking stock that they just did? Hawthorne Group. They went in and bought Bayer, yeah, but they have a Hawthorne Group. This is not it. Hawthorne Gardening Co. So brands. They have a tab for brands. They went out and just bought all these companies. This was a small company based out of the mountains in Colorado. Can Filter. Hawthorne Group was put together by basically Bayer Monsanto. Bayer bought Monsanto. So basically the Bayer Monsanto Group went and spun out this Hawthorne subsidiary. Okay, they are related in some way. I don't know how. And they went out and bought all the best companies in the fucking game. Botanicare, best in one of the oldest nutrient making companies. General Hydroponics, same, best in one of the oldest making just basic general hydroponics products. Kavita Lighting was #1 in lighting sales, and Jair Jair Gavita, I've met the gentleman who owned Gavita Horticultural Lighting. He cashed out for almost $200 million for 75% of the company. Then he got a seat on the board at Hawthorne. He gets still making bank, and he still has a percentage of this whole fucking thing. They bought Titan Controls, Mother Earth, Sun Systems, another light making. Harvest, they're just out here making deals. Ideal Air, air purification, cleaners, Grower's Edge, Eco Plus, Par Pro, high intensity photosynthetic grow lamps. Oh man, they're out here just fucking swallowing shit up. Eye Sunlight, T5 Retrofit, Sunblaze, Trap, Urban Oasis, Agro LED, Spectra Lux, Sun Grip, wow, Floor and Grow, hydroponic bucket system, a super sprouter, propagation heat mats, domes and trays. Like, they just went out and bought Fat Fresh is another filter company. They bought 2 filter companies. Sun Hut is a fucking home grow tent company. Hawthorne is, I believe, public. Including classic brands like Gavita. They love to say Gavita. Where's like Hawthorne investing? Getting into food gardening and shit. Can you not buy? I thought they were public. Scott's Miracle Grow. So you basically buy Scott's. You buy Scott's Miracle Grow. Hawthorne Public. Just got home from my final presentation exam for medical assisting. I ended up with a 95.5, so I'm happy. Let's go, White Smoke. That's what's up. I don't smoke marijuana. What's up, bro? What's good? White Smoke. Cheers, cheers. That's what's up, dude. Time to smoke to smoke. Let's go. Let's go. Way to crush it today. Scott's Miracle Grow. SMG. Flat for the year while cannabis stocks are down. That's interesting. Look at that run up, baby, though. Doubled. It's doubled this year. Wow, what a time to buy right there. I actually do smoke. Fair enough, fair enough. It does pay a dividend. 2.29. Do we need to get Scott's Miracle Grow in our... Woo-wee, baby. $100 stock's pretty high. All the cannabis stocks are like $110. Yep, but this one pays a dividend. Money Mac. Who do we get rid of? It's going to be a real estate stock that we get rid of. This is a cannabis REIT we just put in. And I think we just chill. Scott's Miracle Grow is interesting, though. You have to look at PE and other factors. Absolutely. I just made a website I was trying to promote. Ah, very well, very well. It's kind of going against the morals. It's Bayer Monsanto. Wow, I know I've heard this name. He's based out of Ohio. Hold up here. Let's watch this.
What changed? Is it just cannabis, or is there something else going on?
You know, it's one of those years where everything is going right. I think the consumer is willing to reach into their wallet. We got a lot of new products. That's going well. The retailers are, I think, in the fight for the consumer against Amazon, and Lawn and Garden is a part of that for them that they think is special and different than online. So retailers are in, we're in, consumers are in. Weather has not been great, but it's not been terrible either.
This is on just a consumer level, nothing regarding
What's the deal with dividends? I've been investing like 8 months now. I heard dividends of the bee's knees.
Yeah,
What are you buying these days?
Our
Dividends are the
conventional
gifts that
brands
keep
here
on
for
giving.
God's
Yes,
sake,
they
those
are.
consumer
I'm up on
brands
you
for
guys
using
today,
home.
holding
How
till
closely are
January.
you
Oh shit,
watching what
CNBC.
happens with mortgages and home sales and
A
new
lot,
construction?
a lot. And then well, listen, we feel really positive about sort of the growing group of millennials that are coming in, and you know, I think same with Depot and Lowe's, looking and saying there's just a lot of pent-up demand for homes.
Why do I
That's
feel like
gonna
I
be good
know
for
this
us
guy?
down the road for people who they're having kids and you want yards and dogs and all that.
There's been a lot written about farmers. I mean, we saw what happened with corn yesterday, just for one example. Just it's been a tough growing season. That's not been evident.
You know, it's not been a great season, but sales are really good. So it's one of those things where...
Why is that? Is that because homeowners will plant a vegetable garden regardless of how wet a spring it is?
Look, I think our marketing is up. I think we're taking a different approach to sort of digital marketing. And I think the retailers are promoting us really heavily right now. And I think the consumers, they want a yard and garden. And so they're buying in spite of the fact that there's been big patches of rain.
Let's talk pot a little bit.
Okay.
You had a pretty lively earnings call with some of the analysts. In fact, it got attention because you used a profanity in your earnings call.
I tend to do that.
Yeah.
I like
Talk to us a little
futures
bit
and their
about the
triple leverage.
expectations, how it's changing, and what
ETF, ETN,
lights
also
the
got
fire,
the
so to
Tesla.
speak, under the growth for your pot business.
Well, you know, if politicians could stay out of the business and not screw it
We'll
up,
check it
that
out
would
here in a
be
minute.
pretty helpful. I mean, both at the federal level and the state
But
level.
wait, you
Yeah,
want
he's like,
Congress
yeah,
to
I
get
cuss, what's
involved
up?
And take action, so you don't really want them to stay out of your business.
California, you would assume California goes recreational. How could that be bad? They have really cut the amount of people who are allowed to legally grow. It's pretty bad. But what would I say? The business is doing fantastic. You look at a state like Michigan. Michigan that's up like 70% in a quarter, like 40% for the year, and that's without anything
Gary
sort
Vee
of
said I
happening
could.
legally that gets in the way of the business. Florida is up about the same numbers, like over 50% for the year. So businesses where the politicians sort of stay away. Do we want the politicians to, at the federal level especially, help on banking? You know, this is a business that's twice the size. If you look at all, black market, legal, it's twice the size of craft beer, and these guys they have no access to the credit markets. The tax rate, because of 280E, which basically says if you are a federally illegal business,
Yeah.
you cannot deduct your business expenses. Their tax rate's like 80%. So going legal is really tough right now, and the majority of Americans, Republicans, Democrats, old, young, support legalization. The president said he supported legalization.
And the states like what it's doing
Let's
for their
go.
revenue, although in many cases it's not bringing in the kind of revenue they had thought.
I don't know if you look at
Always
Colorado,
correct, yes.
California, and Washington State. I think
Medically
they
here in
brought in
Ohio.
about $1 billion in tax. You know,
When you look at the appetite on Capitol Hill to tackle the federal legalization of marijuana, how important is that for businesses like Hawthorne that you don't grow pot, but you provide the lighting and the nutrients for the farmers who do?
Here's where they talk about their
I think
Hawthorne.
if the politicians could do anything, it would be appreciated. Banking, especially, and tax.
It's where you don't beat them, you
But
join
Cory
them,
Gardner
huh?
has a bill in the Senate. You know, it's called the states. All it says is something as simple as this.
Your
I
craft
mean,
beer
literally as
Constellation
simple as
owns
this.
almost all the
If
liquor
it's legal
industry.
in
I
a
feel like
state,
that's the move for the rec
it's
marijuana
legally
boom.
it's legal
I
from
bet they'll
a
buy the
banking point
fuck
of
out
view
of
and
cannabis.
tax point of view.
Constellation
I
owns
think getting the
Canopy
votes to
Growth.
deschedule would be
They own more
would
than
be
50%
hard.
of Canopy
But
Growth
I
now.
think
They just appointed their
the States Act goes a
their
long
CFO
way
to
saying,
CEO
let
of
the
it.
states decide
They already
what they
did it.
wanna
They
do in
did
their
it.
own states. and don't try to tackle, like, deschedule them right now.
Have you been active in trying to push certain states over the edge, like Jersey?
Why are
or
you
New
still
York,
not
where
in
it's
the
come
industry?
Because
Because I don't feel like
I have to say,
working
both
for
New Jersey,
anybody
New York
anymore.
are
I help
among
build
those
a few
states.
companies, and I don't have enough
You know,
money
as
to
a
get a
conservative,
license
I have
or
the
open
point of
my
view that
own.
this is
The best I
not
can do is the
about
CBD
making
company I
drugs
have that I
more
run off of
available.
right
It's
now.
about getting them out of schools.
And,
you know, a lot of what we
like,
saw
I think
in Albany at the
investing
end of the
this
session
way
was
is
which
the
we
way
were
to
pretty
get into the
active in,
market.
was kind of the Long Island group of senators,
You know,
who
and
are
I've kind of got myself to a
Democrats
point
that
here
took
where I
Republican
don't have to
seats
really
that are
work too hard for
scared about
people,
this
and I
next
think
election cycle, and there was a
I'm
lot
more
of
interested
liberal
in
stuff happening
growing
up in
what we have
Albany.
here, growing this,
But I think schools,
than that.
this is getting
you
it
know?
out of schools. It's a lot easier for our kids to buy pot in school than it is for adults. Maybe not in New York City, but go to Long Island, and that would be the case.
So I've been to one of their fucking
if you
everywhere
could
in my
tax
city.
it,
You should go.
control
I'm
it,
going to miss
get it
out on
out
so
of
much money
schools,
not
keep it
investing,
with
while money and
adults.
understandings
I
are
think
holding me back.
how you do that.
That's
how
why
you
we
get
gotta
the
do.
cops
That's
to
why
go
we
on
do
board
this.
with traffic stops, testing to
That
say,
is smart
how do
these
you stop
days. Oh
people
no
from
shit.
drug driving?
Damn, bro, we got to keep in touch. You got all the knowledge.
Hi, yeah, Peloton shares.
I mean, you know, I just think that this has a lot more upside, and we can still be in the cannabis industry and own our own business and do some marketing and media, and I'm interested in all of it. Like, you know, I own rental property now. I own part of a microbrewery. I'm interested in piling up on the good cannabis stocks right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested in dividend investing over here. You know. And if you guys want free shares of stocks, you haven't signed up for Robinhood. Sign up for Robinhood. You get one free share of stock. I get one free share of stock. Or if you want to do the dividend investing on M1, sign up there. We each get $10 free put in our account. You know what I'm saying? Free money to help you get started. And White Smoke, you could start today with as little as a fucking $10 deposit. $10. And just get it moving. Look it, I only have $1,500 in here. Like, I have nothing compared to Warren Buffett or a millionaire or billionaire, but you have to start fucking somewhere. You have to start today. Even if it's $10, you start. And look, you could just copy and paste. Check this out. You could start by just copy and pasting this pie and then editing it to what you want. I won't be today, but I will keep you in mind when I do sign up. It's free to sign up for Robinhood. You could sign up and receive a free share of stock right now. Without even depositing. Without even depositing. Yeah. And if you want the pie, there's the pie for the M1 Finance portfolio. You know, a little dip, and then and then cruise mode. I love it. Just put it on autopilot. Keep these dividends growing every time you deposit. Let the dividends roll over back into the pie and snowball this bitch. How's the price there? I just got P of Violator for 1400 in Alberta. Oh, just got a P of Violator for 1400. It's super expensive in Ohio. It's so expensive. They sell it by the 10th of an ounce, so 2.5 grams, and it's $50 with tax for 2.5 grams in Ohio. I have a TD Ameritrade account already, but when I get serious about it, I'll be sure to get some advice from Rancorp. Damn, I've been looking at TD Ameritrade. If they do fractional shares buying and stuff, I'm looking to definitely switch some of this over, like switch these over to a trade account at one point. And most people say you need to have over $10,000 before it's really worth doing, you know? You need to have like $10,000 to $20,000. So I'm waiting till I really hit like that $15,000, $20,000 mark, and then I'm going to consolidate these somewhere. I'm going to find a place that does fractional shares so it can consolidate the M1 Finance account. And I want free trading. It's got to be free trading as well, wherever we take it. You know what I mean? Because like the auto reinvest feature is really nice, you know, but you have to have like enough money in the account that you're like that this activity is over $10 a day or whatever, so that it's just like, or at least $10 a week or something, so that it is actually rolling over. Right now, I could just sit here and take my dividends, and every time I deposit, roll those into that and just buy whatever I want, you know? That's the reason I haven't gotten so serious yet. Another year or two, yeah, that's what's up. I mean, but look at the growth we've had here since September 9th. Like, you should still put the money to work. The money should still get put to work, even if it's $1,000 or $100. Even if it's $100 and you make 1%, you make $1. And then that $101 is making 1%. You know what I mean? Hard to say about raising 3 kids alone and going to school. Oh, fuck, I understand that. Well, I don't understand that, but I know the hardship. I know the hardship. I know that. One day. Like brains, Fortnite Hype Prime. Do we add? Man, I'm really interested in adding Scott's Miracle Grow now. It has a dividend. It's cannabis related dividend stock. Research here. I know I've got 100 in here, don't I? It's full. We are full on holdings. We got rid of Papa John's the other day. Do we get rid of Vale? I would way rather get rid of Vale and hold Scott's Miracle Grow. MTN, let's compare them. MTN. The past 10 years, Mountain, what have you done? Holy shit. I've done a lot. 36 to 240. Also had a little bit of a dip, leveling out. Since like October of 2017, 18, 19, so 3 years. Kind of held like a nice little bottom here. It's got a dividend of almost 3%. And growing like crazy. Man, we can't get rid of that. SMG. Much slower growth rate. Much slower growth rate. Can't get rid of Vale Mountain, dude. Can't get rid of Vale Mountain. You crazy, bro? You fucking crazy, bro? Have to get rid of Vale Mountain out here? Nah, dog. Nah. Is there somebody we'd maybe get rid of over here? No, I love all my financial plays. I love all this. I mean, I think we've really whittled this thing down here. Does AK Jordan understand the devastation his bankroll will take with you not streaming poker for 2 days? I just want to make sure he's prepared. You want to check on him? Check on him, make sure he's got enough rations for the weekend. If anything, it's coming out of real estate. One marker. What's good, lurk? I'm concerned. Hey, Jordan. AK Jordan's out there. Oh my god, that's fucking great. That is so great. So am I. Oh man, that's great. Tough spot. What's good, lurker? Hype. Yo, 22 viewers? What do we get rid of, guys? There's nothing I want to get rid of here. This is a cannabis-related dividend-paying stock that we're adding. God, they pay. Yeah, and if I want to remove something from real estate, it's gonna pay such a good dividend. It's like trading out a great dividend for fucking Scott's Miracle Grow. What does Stag do? Stag is doubled. Dividend growth. It's slow. It's slow growth. Good stuff, AK Jordan says. Good vibes, good vibes. That's what's up. I love that I share a lot of viewers with Drew. Like, I love looking at the stats and seeing what channels, like, everybody likes and shares, because it's very similar to what I actually watch too. Like, I feel like we're all pretty like-minded out there. It's kind of just interesting. It's interesting how we gather, you know what I mean? How this gives us a place to gather. So what do these people do? Can I get like a dividend royalty with strong fundamentals? Stag's Industrial REIT. He's the most prominent claim to fame is monthly dividend payments for regular dividend. Stag Industrial. Hi.
I'm gonna go, well, I have to go get gas, and then I really want Subway for some reason, so would you like some Subway?
Damn it. The Subway. I kind of do, in the weirdest way that I haven't had it in years.
Awesome, what do you want? Who's else wearing what?
Fuck. I haven't been there in so long. Okay.
Do you wanna come with me?
Where are you going?
Subway?
Thank you for the $1. Stacks and nasty, 100 biddies. Yo, you're just going to Subway and back?
Well, I'm gonna go get gas, just for this afternoon.
Oh, just gas and Subway?
Yeah. Plus, I'm all yours for dinner.
Can we do it in a little bit? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Can we do it in a little bit? Can we just have dinner? Can we? Well, I guess I'm going to shut it down anyway if I go have lunch. All right. I guess we should close her up for lunch, huh?
Oh, your guilt wrappers.
I know, I've been eating a lot of gelt. It's not good. Take me where?
Did you want to eat there? You want me to bring it back?
We can go get gas and eat at the Scrubway.
At the Scrubway?
Yeah.
I kind of want to bring it back.
You want to bring it back here?
Uh-huh.
But then you just bring trash to the house when we could just leave it at Subway.
I'm totally fine with that.
We do have a garbage can.
Because then I'm comfortable in my own home and I can, put on some TV while I eat it.
That's true, and I should probably bring the garbage can out that's been on the street for about 2 days now.
Probably.
I haven't left the house, chat. That's what's beautiful about streaming. It's literally I don't have to leave my fucking house. I haven't seen outside in days. It's wonderful. The heat's on. We're chilling. All right. Well, who do we send it to? Who do we fucking hit the send button? That was a beautiful burp there. Who do we hit the send button to? I think I'm gonna blast. We've been blasting the stock guy. I think I'm gonna keep blasting the stock guy for today. Should we maybe? Keep eating that house, brother. Let them supplies go up for the natural gas. Let's go. What is Stag doing here? About us. Tell me about you, Stag. Let me see your acquisitions. Single tenant industrial properties throughout the United States. Do we like Stag? Warehouse distribution, light manufacturing, class A or B. Swag, Stag, or Potts Miracle Grow? Scott's Miracle Grow. Ryan Delaney. Who are you, Ryan Delaney? Alright, I'm gonna go grab some lunch. We're gonna fire it off to our pal, the stock guy. Ooh. Or do we do something real crazy? No, we don't do something real crazy. We're gonna keep with what we said. The stock guy. We'll be in chat. We like listening to this guy, a little bit of his commentary about the markets while we eat lunch and stuff. And then we'll be back a little later. Oh, no, we won't. We get DD for dinner tonight. We're done for today. Coffee and cannabis tomorrow. Maybe some video games later. But we'll see. We'll see about that. Yo, please say raid out there in chat. Like, raid this dude's chat for me, if you will. Please, please, please. Peace, yo.